Yes, I love watching movies where I have to read subtitles. Come on, I'm American, we're not used to reading. Song Kang-ho, I can make 3 separate jokes about this name alone, but someone would cancel me on Twitter for it, so... Zip. We open the movie to a Korean family living in any anime fan's dream apartment, trying to make ends meet. They pack boxes for a shitty Pizza Hut knockoff, drink cheap and nondescript beer, and enjoy the view of guys pissing all over their poor excuse for windows. Of course, our main character, whom the movie itself calls Kevin because Koreans are racist, has to be a wimpy loser, unlike his friend, the Chadman. Chadman gives our intrepid family a box, and inside that box is none other than the world-famous JoJo reference. Josuke, yo Angelo. Being the absolute man that he is, Chadman offers Kevin a chance to teach English to a small Asian girl, a self-respecting career of every goddamn Zoomer on the planet today. Not to be outdone by his Eastern European colleagues, Kevin has this sister, whom this movie calls Jessica, because Koreans are racist. Forged documents for him. Our hero enters the house discussing the particularities of his job with this lovely lady, whose name is... I'll say it multiple fucking times during this review. Koreans are racist as fuck. Okay, so this dumb bimbo of a mom is the stereotypical rich broad with 0 social skills and idiotic outlooks on life. Kevin is about to own her ass as the tutor of her teenage daughter as he... Bad touch! Well, now that Kevin has delved into the nonce territory, he observes the bimbo's son, whom his own mother describes as being an Indian fanatic because Koreans are racist. She then shows dear old Kevin some art that her Cherokee son drew, and it turns out to be surprisingly better than what most modern so-called artists paint nowadays. Seriously, look at this horse shit. Naturally, Kevin uses his nepotism connection, pulling to get his supposedly genius sister employed, which seems to not sit well with the teenage girl he's teaching since... Bad touch! Bad touch! Wouldn't you know it, the kid that the woman is taking care of instantly calms down when the bimbo is not around, instead sitting in the no-way foreshadowing basement with the no-way flawed maid. I wonder if this shelf with these pickled plums will have anything to do with the story. Anyway, the bimbo talks to Jessica, and this basement-living, chain-smoking school dropout Nat actually manages to uncover a secret trauma that the kid has. And again, I wonder if this will play a part in a later segment of the film. And here's the father of the rich household. The Chad Dong-ik. Now, here's a bit of a convolution for you. Jessica purposefully uses the driver's perviness to her advantage, leaving her Japanese male handkerchief in the car. Somehow, Chad Dong-ik finds the panties, has a philosophical discussion with the bimbo about them, and it all results in Kevin and Jessica's dad being recommended for the panties by the panties' owner as the new driver, and in order to train himself for the job, Kevin's dad is sifting through a car lot, learning everything quickly, and wouldn't you know it, he's hired by Chad Dong-ik instantly. Well, the maid with the racist name is the only obstacle left for the family. Now, apparently, bad touch. Apparently, no peaches are allowed in the house since the maid is allergic to them. This gives the family the idea of using the dust from a typical fuzzy peach to give her an allergic reaction so she can get to a hospital. So they concoct a story of her having tuberculosis, and the father uses some ketchup to mock blood in a coughed up handkerchief. You know, for rich people, you'd think that either Chad Dong-ik or Bimbo would have put their heads together and actually smelled the handkerchief, or saw the obvious ketchup bag in the same trash can, or even have their loyal maid of multiple years get a proper health examination. But no, they instantly believe these new people and the maid is gone, with Kevin and Jessica's mom taking over as per recommendation, so the whole family now invades the household in an unsubtle attempt to justify this movie's title. Oh, and the Sue kid can sense that the family has the same smell as if he had outdoor native training because Koreans are racist. Apparently, according to this movie, all the working class poor people smell the same, or at least that's what the supposed elite think. It's almost like the director of this film was a socialist or something. Gee, look how shocked I am. Oh, and we get a repeat of the pissing scene alongside the returned cameo of Angelo. Josuke, yo Angelo. So, Chad Dong-ik, Bimbo, Jailbait, and the Navajo boy go on a camping trip, leaving the house in fat lady's capable hands. The invasive family gets shit-faced, so much so that the lovable maid pushes one of the dogs violently aside. At this moment, I almost wanted this moment to end up with her getting a fist in her face. As the scummy family celebrates, the slur-named maid comes back, begging to receive her job back, All of a sudden, the movie turns from an impossible hostile takeover plot to a Joseph Fritzy appreciation video, where we learn that the maid's husband has apparently been living in a goddamn bomb shelter for multiple years. Okay, that was a good one. Naturally, this is where the movie normally insanely resourceful planning family fucks up, and a pudgy peach allergy lady threatens to revenge porn their collective asses. In a bizarre twist, the pudgy maid and her autistic husband are now holding the idiot family hostage, forcing them to watch her stand-up routine of memeing her love for Kim Jong-un. Of course, the rest of the movie wouldn't happen without some kind of struggle. And just to ramp up the drama even more, the family announces that they'll be back in 8 goddamn minutes, and they want some kind of food prepared. Wacky hijinks ensue, and with some of the lot cleaning, the fat mom cooking, and the men folk dragging the almost dead Wade back to the basement, the only way the hack director can make this movie have additional stakes is to kill someone. Okay, spoiler alert, she doesn't die right away, but she does later as a direct result from this injury. Now, while Bimbo regales the fat mom about her son's trauma from ye olden days, the autistic husband of the slur-named maid forces Kim to listen to a shitty story about respecting Chad Dong Ik and communicating with his son via Morse code. I'm sure neither of these two elements will be important for the story later, and I'm also sure that they'll not be directly connected in any way whatsoever. Naturally, the kid pitches his tent in the yard because this movie needed more drawn-out, intense moments. Chad Dong-ik and Bimbo decide to sleep in the living room so that they can keep an eye on their ADHD-rattled kid. Our quote-unquote protagonists are all hiding under the bed, except for the mom, and despite the gap between the floor and the table being fucking huge, the idiot people act like they don't notice them. Of course, the class struggle is real, as the rich folks discuss the distinct aroma of the poor peasants. Again, I'm sure this thing will not in any way have any bearing on the ending portion of the movie. Wait, this is a good touch. This Bimbo sounds amazing. No wonder she landed herself a millionaire. And now you can see why I call this gentleman the Chad Dong-ik, landing a hot autistic mom, eager to bang in front of strangers, and her own offspring. Now, that's something. Washed up in almost every sense of the word, the family moves towards their basement home, with Zeus himself or his Korean equivalent forcing them to return in shame. The Flood righteously decides to clean the Korean society, so our intrepid family of frauds decides to fight the elements themselves. On the other hand, the fat lady's about to sing, and by sing I mean she's going to instruct her autistic husband to kill the other fat lady that slighted her. And this movie would not be complete without Kevin picking up and talking with his old friend Angelo. And taking with him his old friend Angelo. Josuke yo Angelo. Aww, we need that feel sorry for us moment just before the closing act. Remember, folks, these are our protagonists. People who lied, stole, killed, maimed, framed, and did it all with extreme prejudice. But sure, let's make the idiot rich people the bad guys here, huh? And speaking of idiot rich people, the Bimbo seems to have loved the day. In fact, she's so struck that she immediately decides that to throw a party of her little Mohican child. And wouldn't you know it, every member of the Kim family is invited. Naturally, now our poor family is extremely disgusted with these rich bozos, especially considering their lack of social skills and or proper empathy. I swear, if this bitch giggled that way in front of me, I'd forget my chivalric ways and bitch slap her across the face. The Bimbo is right there, letting the high society enter her home. Bad touch. Look away. Anyway, our pedo protagonist is letting his nonce charge reason know that he's going downstairs to fix everything, joined by none other than Angelo. Josuke, yo Angelo. Of course, the movie has to contain a bit of cultural appropriation because Koreans are racist, but as god-awful as it may be, it's about to reach the best part of the movie. See, what Kevin forgot is that the autistic man is incredibly dangerous, but more importantly, he forgot that he's been hanging out with a serial killer from the JoJo franchise, and it cost him his head. That'll teach him not to greet his rock properly. Josuke yo Angelo. Okay, so let's favor this carnage, people. Look at that. Autistic man stabs Jessica. Fat lady stabs autistic man. Kim stabs Chad Dong-ik. People are running away. Kim is running away, etc. Oh, and this is where the smell thing, the trauma thing, and the autistic man's promise thing all coalesce. Neatly tied in a little bow. And in the most improbable range of scenes, the family's actually left off easy with a probation. Sister's dead, mother is homeless, son is brain damaged from his stint with the autistic man, and the father's missing. But we know that he's still living in that bunker, sending World War II type messages to his son. Incensed, the former English tutor promises his dad that he'll bust him out somehow. Well, At least he gave Angelo a good send-off. Josuke, yo Angelo.